My friends. We'll get it going in just a moment. Grab your pens, grab your papers, and we'll get this fucking popping. In about the next 2 to 3 minutes, we'll be getting it rolling to let a few more people get in here. Probably gonna post it to Twitter real quick. Twitter. Here we go. This is the intro right here. Alright, it's posted on Twitter. Give me like 2 minutes and we'll get it going. Alright, cool. Bear with me. I need to get my chat box open again. There we are. Boom. Wow, no one chatting today. No one talking today. That is very rare. Alright. Yeah. I'm weak as fuck. Alright, my friends, my people. Let's fucking get it going. Give me a round of applause. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let me take a drink quick. Ugh. Three, 2, 1. And transition. Alright, my friends. Let me get this music piped lower real quick. I cannot see any of my fucking icons now. Alright. I have a new setup here, so I'm just going to make sure my audio is working correctly and all y'all on the other side can hear me. Testing. Someone say something and tell me it's good. My mic is now in a different location because of my new setup. And I just need to make sure that y'all can hear me where it's at. Seems like we're okay, though. Perfect. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Herrera. Appreciate you. Alright, let's talk about it. It's Sunday, so it's high time frame day. Sunday. We'll start with Bitcoin as always. Let's delete some things. Okay, look at that. Alright. Let's put it in a log. Whenever you're doing a high time frame charts, you want to be in a log, not linear. When you're in low time frame stuff, take it off log, go back to linear though. Anyway. Okay. The question is, as my post and my thumbnail has stated, have we bottomed? That is very questionable. Very, very questionable. I would argue that the bottom or temporary bottom is in, or if not closer than it not being in, then whatever. But that's what I mean. I personally believe if we get another low, that it will be the low we definitely want to be getting in on. Right there. I don't necessarily believe that's going to happen anymore. Prior to last week, whatever you want to call it, I had the idea that it's going to be 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 to finish somewhere down here, in this area here. But we really didn't get that. We did get the breakdown, but we didn't get the expansion I really was expecting. And so at first it made me really weary and on the edge in terms of trying to figure out or put a foot down on which way to trade. But as time has progressed and time has been moving on, let's go here. There's one thing that's very apparent for me when I look at this structure on the 4 hour. Here to here is an impulse. Here to here is an impulse. Here to here is an impulse. Right? Now we're trying to figure out, was this the final leg or is it not? Hard to judge. When you look at it, it is of a 3-wave pattern, so you would assume, just based on that aspect, that it is not the final leg, and we're due for one more low. My issue with this idea is that from the high point of whatever this move up was, it seemed like we made a 3-way corrective pattern to the downside, which is not typically what you look for well, it's not at all what you look for impulses. And you can clearly see this. It's clearly 1, 2, 3. There's no doubt about that at all. And so whenever I see 3-way patterns, you start thinking corrective, not impulsive. Therefore, I'm really wondering. I wonder if this is really the final leg, because the way this has reacted, the 3-way pattern, we ran back up, and it was pretty, not aggressive, but a decently aggressive pattern in terms of how far we came up. Because remember, guys and girls, by the book, the Elliott Wave, Neo Wave book, a valid impulse or valid impulsive phase will never have a correction greater than 70%, and we actually did not do that. I was actually looking at that. I thought this was greater than 70%, but it's actually not. So, in the midterm, I am pretty confident that this is going to come down and test this area here. Now, beyond that point is where we have to really decide what's going to happen. If we lose $41,000 on Bitcoin, I'm going to be with the idea that this entire move, and I'm sorry I'm not answering any questions or anything like that. Give me a moment, I'll get to all your questions and stuff like that. All right. But anyways, so I'm starting to think if we lose 41,000 on Bitcoin, then I'm with the idea that this is going to turn into a diagonal. Like so. Let me depict it for y'all. All right, let's do some checks real quick that I haven't done yet. I've been waiting for this stream to do it. Boom. So typically in a valid impulse, at least one leg is expanded or what do you call it? There's a word I'm missing right now in my head. Fuck, it's not expanded. Extension. There's always one leg in a valid impulse that's going to be an extension of all the other legs. And an extension by the book of wave theory, whatever, is at least 1.618. That's what we deem an extension, a valid extension for an impulse, right? We didn't get that here. Notice that we only hit a 1.382 extension. Therefore, it's like, man, the way this broke down makes me very weary about this. And therefore, I'm definitely on the idea that if we lose 41,000, this is going to be the count. As of right now, I am honestly, I'm 50-50 on exactly what's going to happen. All I know for certain is this is an impulse. And from this low, we're trying to figure out if the final leg has happened. Looking at this three-way pattern, you know, the way we're reacting and stuff, it does not look like that. So I'm telling y'all, if we lose 41,000, don't panic, because it's all part of the plan, and we should be bidding, you know, anywhere from, we don't really know the gravity of things yet until, you know, more price action happens. Just assuming that it's actually going to be diagonal. If it actually is, then that means this leg would not be I'm not sure about that. Sorry, I'm looking at extensions here, trying to figure out where we can invalidate and validate certain things. If this is truly going to be a one-to-one's there. Yes, it's pretty iffy on the lower mid time frames. I'm definitely with the idea that I'm spot buying and I don't give a fuck. And that if we do go lower, I know for a pretty certain fact, not fact, but like pretty hard belief that if we do make one more low, this is the last low that we should be definitely getting in on. And because of that, you know, I'm willing to be buying spot in this area and willing to take that drawdown because I know that, I don't know, but I, for a hard feeling, would believe that this is the final leg, and therefore I should, you know, buy more spot position, or hedge it with a margin long position, you know. Looking at some things. OG Chevy's on a sell on 4 hour. That's not good. Again, at the very bare minimum, guys and girls, I definitely believe that we're gonna test the low side of this range like this for sure. Now, whether or not we lose and break 41,000, you know, 40,500, that will really tell us where we're gonna go with price. If we lose those two levels, I'm without a doubt not, you know, with this idea that this is the final fifth wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that, you know. The reason why it's hard for me to say it is because from the top side we made a three-way pattern, which is not what you typically look for an impulse. So it's hard for me to sway that way, but I wouldn't say it's impossible, and therefore I don't recommend any margin positions until we get more confidence or more confirmation, like us regaining the daily high at 43,500. That would make me more confident. Right now we're trading below the daily open, which is in the general scheme of things. When you see the price resting above, it's bullish. When it's resting below, it's bearish. Well, we're resting below the daily open right now, so it's technically looking at it from a very basic things. we are bearish. And I believe that. It is, and it happens often. When price is above daily open, it tends to be bullish. When the price is below daily open, it tends to be bearish. And that fits with the criteria and the idea that I had prior to this, was that this was some weird ass ABC flat thing. And we should be very cautious of being on a margin long up there. So I definitely believe it's going to come down and test this lower side. The reaction here is what's going to really tell us and tell me what I should be doing for the rest of the week and next 2 weeks probably. All right, 41,000 is the line in the sand in my opinion. Keep that on. All right, let's go to East real quick. All right, East. Like Bitcoin, I definitely believe this is what's going to happen with ETH. I think this is the count here. And I really don't have any way to say that I can't run away from this at this moment. Therefore, I'm going to stay with this idea unless price reaches 3,360. If price can regain 3,360 on Ethereum, I will be with the idea that I am wrong. This is a wrong idea. And we should be looking for something else other than what this is. But structurally, this makes the most sense to me. I could honestly see this happening though, so I don't really recommend shorting this. All I recommend is longing the bottom if we get it. But I can't see this too. WXY. Zigzag flat, some weird this area is very wonky. It's not what I expect for a reversal or top to be made. Therefore, I'm like, man, maybe this is actually just a complex combo and we have one more leg up. A, B, and a C wave like that. And then you expect price to find a stopping point roughly about here. That's the gold. That's the dead cat bounce box, DCB, which is between the 1236 and 1382. All right, and this makes sense. If this happens, guys and girls, if overnight, the next 24 hours, whatever you want to call it, if we're able to run up like this, hit this box, and then we start correcting like that, I am so fucking bullish. I am so on this idea. It's a giant running flat, and this is where we want to be on. Hardcore. If this doesn't happen and we just break down, I'm going to be a little bit more cautious and wary about bidding the low because I personally don't feel like it should do that. Therefore, if it does do that, I have to practice caution and make sure things are still making sense to me. And so I'll have to wait and see the reaction below here to see what I'm going to do. But in general, I think we're, dude, Bitcoin's the only one that makes me really worried because we haven't really made any advances out of the range on the low side. We really didn't. We're still kind of in the same range, right? Ethereum, though, we ran up a great deal to a point where we broke market structure of the lower range. Bitcoin did that too, but it took a lot longer for Bitcoin. It took another day to do that. Not only that we accepted the old market structure range high as the range low now. See that? So I'm thinking, as long as Ethereum can maintain 3,160, 3,100 and whatever, I think this is going to be at least at a bare minimum an ABC, if not an impulse. So A, B, C, if not an actual impulse. Okay. Essentially, it's this though. If we run up like this, we know this is a sell, and we know this is a buy. If we drop, we know this is a buy. We can't logically place a short in this area because I really don't know where we could put a stop at. So rather than try to guess, We wait and be patient for setups to come to us, and once they come to us, we take the trade. All right. So, with that, we'll go to mana real quick, because that was that other coin I was talking about. Oh God. Sorry, cracking my neck. Moment. All right. Sorry. Okay. Let's go to the daily. I'm wondering now that like price has corrected, whatever you want to call it. I really am wondering if this entire thing is a 1, 2, 3, and we're in 4 now. This is subjective. The 1's subjective, but here. Man, look at that division there, man. That's some hefty division. 0, 1, 2. This is X. There's higher right there. That is X. Get above that, it confirms divergence. What I'm thinking though, this is like some weird ass WXY. WXY. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely an impulse. And this is not an impulse, so I'm wondering if we get a pullback, that's an instant buy. Because this is a flat for sure. Oh, Lord. Ugh. Sorry, stretching. Anyways. And logically, this makes the most sense where we retrace one more time, get near 290, 280, and we rebid it to $3, $4, you know, $3.90, $4. Right there. Just the way this looks, unless this is an ABC, which it could be, this makes the most sense, for sure. Anyways, do we have any quests, any concerns, anything like that? I'll go ahead and answer those and before we get out of here. But if not, we covered all our high time frame stuff. Not super high time frame, but to I think the degree we need to understand at this current moment to get us on a good enough trade in the coming weeks, months, whatever. So, if you have any questions, this is your time to shine, baby. Your time to shine. Anyways, while you guys are this, while I'm waiting for your questions to come in, let's just go over some shit, bro. Talk strategy, dude. We're trying. The whole goal for everything and all the things we do is trying to make us all profitable and consistent. Finding strategies that work and are consistent to work and are easy to follow and don't take much guessing and understanding. Elliott Wave is definitely not that. That's why I'm not out there trying to preach and teach it to y'all because it's not important. All it does is help you with ease of mind of understanding where the market should go, most likely based on some facts and rules. But it's not needed for profitable trading and successful trading at all. Like at all. So that's why I don't teach it because it's not important. The only thing that's very important from the wave theory that we all should take from the theory is that the chart is derived of two things, both time and price, and we should hold both of them just as the other. You can't get the chart without, you can't have a price chart without time. You can't have a price chart without price. You need both to coincide together to be able to make a chart on the chart that we see on TradingView. Totally went brain dead. Blank as fuck. Anyways, so I've been trying to incorporate a more actionable trading plan strategy, using the system I've always been using, which is OG Chevy and SRSI. And I've noticed that originally, like how we used to do things was we used the 21 weighted moving average as our trigger and idea and stuff like that. But I've noticed that it was very hard to understand where you could get back into. How do you filter through charts and choose which should follow? Some can be really messy and difficult to evaluate. So I'm curious. Can you chart CRV? I want to see it. I could chart CRV. But anyways, let me just keep talking about this. But it made it very difficult to figure out when the right time is to get into the trade. You know, because like on this point, like you would have probably gotten in here, but then all of a sudden you took a nasty drawdown. But you're still bullish, right? So like, do you hold on to that? Do you let go? Do you take that drawdown? What do you do, right? And so like I noticed that this was an issue for me. My trading, like I kept taking drawdowns and stuff like that. I did not want to take, and I couldn't personally, emotionally handle and stomach. So I had to figure out a way to gain an edge on and using the system. And so I decided to see what some other moving averages and shit did for us. And I think the 5 is killer for us. If you look at this, you get a buy. It stays positive, right? It stays positive. It goes negative, right? Negative. All of a sudden, boom. On this close, it's positive again. You get back in. Why? Because it says so. It says it's a buy. It's bullish. Why don't you believe that? It's going to sustain bullishness, right? Not only that, look at this hidden dividend. Look at that. Double bottom on price, but RSI made a new low. That is hidden div for a fact, right? So as soon as it went back positive, not only as OG Chevy saying we're positive, we should be looking for bullish expansion, but the weighted moving average 5 flipped back positively for us, proving and showing us that we're most likely going to sustain this positive momentum, right? And yesterday when we had the sell, I took the short here yesterday, just based on the system. The sell went positive, went back negative. This showed me a hidden div. I saw that as potential to cascade us lower. What happened? That's what happened. Went lower, made a major regular div, which is you want to get out on regular divs. Don't just not pay attention to them. They're important. Take profit on them, right? Anyways, so during the weekend and shit like that, the system's not going to work as well, obviously. That's why we haven't traded this much again. When it comes to weekend stuff, you usually want to just trade based on market structure and structure like that, not momentum and stuff like that, because there's really no momentum during the weekends. It's usually just range bound and choppy shit. Throughout the week, though, this system that I've been using is very, very good, and it helps you sustain and get into a position after the initial move has already started, which has always been one of the hardest things for me, especially as a wave trader. As a wave trader, I always want to be in at the lowest or the highest point possible. But as 5 years later, I understand that's impossible to always do. So I had to implement other things, other tactics, and this is one of them. So I wanted to express an irritability, whatever you want to call it. Let's go talk about CRV. As we're talking about CRV, I'll discuss your question, my friend. You're a Avenger game. You're average gamer. Kaiki, or I don't know how to say your name properly, so I'm gonna call you Herrera. What chart? What USD, USDT, Bitcoin, BUSD? What do you want? And as for your question, your average gamer, how do you filter through charts and choose which to follow, as some can be really messy and difficult to evaluate? So I'm curious. This is when you have to ask yourself a very important question. What kind of trader do you want to be? Do you want to be a day trader? Do you want to be a position trader? Do you want to be a swing trader? What do you want to be? As a day trader, I've learned that it is better to get really used to how one thing works and moves, and just practice it and get it really oiled down. So if you're trying to be a day trader, pick any coin in the top 5 and study that religiously and only trade that religiously. I really don't look for like coins and alts like that. Like I'm assuming you're trying to ask me for. Like how do I pick this? How do I know like Sol's gonna pop? How do I know XRP's gonna pop? Like I really don't be doing that. I really don't be like looking for coins or anything like that. All I do is I have my watch list, which I have picked based on what I assume was its volatility, what moves the best, what tends to be easier to trade in terms of sustaining movements, not being so wicky and choppy. That's why I chose these coins. But primarily, I literally almost always only trade Ethereum. Nothing else, really. I would trade a Sol and Mana every now and then, XRP. But every day in and day out, it's always Ethereum. And the reason for that is because less is more. And not every single, even though we're in the same ecosystem, the same market, whatever you want to call it, coins won't move exactly the same. Yes, in general, they will move with Bitcoin. But how they move from point A to point B will be completely different. Right? So, if you're trying to study 10 different fucking pairs or coins, it's going to be quite impossible to figure out any type of winning strategy or what works for that coin, because every coin works differently. So I urge you to try to figure out what exactly your idea and plan is for yourself and your trading plan, your trading journey, and see what makes the most sense. If you want to be a day trader, focus on one pair and make it your bitch. Make it your bitch. That's all it is. If you're trying to be a swing trader, position trader, you could dabble into other coins and stuff like that because it's easier to pay attention, easier to manage all those things. As a day trader, it's quite impossible. So I urge you to really understand and figure out that aspect for yourself. Then you can start really understanding how you could approach the market. If you want to be a day trader, focus on one or two things only. If you want to be more of a position swing trader, well, you have more opportunity to possibly get into other coins that are not like that. So mind that. Take that into consideration. I don't be going and searching for coins like that. I really don't. I just have these coins on the side that I picked just based on things I've liked or anything like that. Yeah. Anyways, CRV, USDT. I'm going to get out of here, CRV, USDT. I'm going to go Binance. Have some Binance in the best chart. Let's go 3 days. I was wrong. I mean, I was kind of right. Down, up, but it didn't go as long as that. Yeah, no problem, brother. Yeah, they all trade differently. Focus on one pair that has volume and consistent volume and just master that. It could be fucking XRP, it could be Bitcoin, it could be Ethereum, Sol, Mana, Litecoin, fucking what. Anything in the top 10, I say you could arguably trade as a day trader. All those below that, I would be very wary because it's just very choppy and hard to maintain anything. So, man, this is a fucking choppy ass fucking chart right here. Holy shit. This is clearly 3 waves. Oh my god. This would be pretty fucked up if this is true, though. I definitely see this as like... real wacko in. Some nasty regular division there. Volume. Also waning. In ABC, 2 ways would be very similar, one would be very different. I don't know if I like this chart though. All I know is this right here is very choppy. Very choppy. Hard to understand for sure. This move from the high to the low has taken out ranges and less time complexity. Therefore, at a bare minimum, I'm expecting this to come lower. But I'm thinking it's going to turn into a giant fucking flat. And this be sent here. I'm pretty certain that this high is 1. Pretty certain it's 1. Now we're trying to figure out when the most logical time is to call wave 2 over. We know that it has to at least be 1/3 of time and price. It's already been 1/3 of time for sure, and I can already tell it's already been 1/3 of price. So logically, we could already assume that any low that's been any major low that's being made could be the end of wave 2. Again, I'm with the idea this is 1. We're in a 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This could have been here, but I'm thinking we still have more correction to do. Yeah, I am with this. I'm with this. And look at this. We got a sell. Went back positive. As soon as if this closes like this, it's a given that's going lower for sure. Well, I think this is essentially it. So if you have any last minute questions or concerns, hit me them, or hit me with them now. Alright. It looks like we ain't getting no questions, anything like that. Therefore, we gotta sell on a weekly too. That's horrible. Sell on the 3-day, one positive, one back negative, easy sell, lower. When I look at this chart, it does look like it wants to go one leg lower, like this. But we'll see. Again, if we get that, it'd be a very, 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 very great opportunity for us. If not, well, we know that our plan is up and we should be just buying shit. Alright. So, with that, my friends, thank you all for tuning in. This was very short, it's very sweet, very straight to the point. No bullshit, no fucking yada yada. We're just trying to get these as quick and clean as possible every single Sunday and Wednesday at around 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Alright, so again, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed this stream. If you guys took anything from it, any positivity from it, even any negative from it, drop a comment. Tell me what you hate. Tell me what you love. Tell me what you want more of, and I promise you I'll give it to you. Just let me know. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you all this coming up. Yeah, it's coming up Wednesday at 6. Unless like some fucking, I'm like a construction manager for like fucking this one my uncle's company and shit. And sometimes I'm just forced to stay there longer than I want to. So I'll always let you guys know if I can't do it. But let's plan on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Let's kick it the fuck off again. Aight, guys and girls, family, my people. Let's fucking kill this week. Let's make it our bitch. I know I'm gonna make this week my bitch. You're gonna make the weekend your bitch? Let's do it. Let's get this shit done, alright? Catch y'all Wednesday, alright? 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Holy shit, what the fuck? Hope y'all have a great night. Peace the fuck out.